Last time on Critnit, the group found themselves at the end of the long arm of Copalian law, Hunval, having escaped the massive kerfuffle that was the Neon Fang incident. He tried to track down the assassins, following them through the rest of the city to a building across from the guild hall. Parker, so bruised and battered, but still alive. Eventually, My Name Is, who presented the group with a malfeasance pact, a contract of sorts that required them to make amends for their previous transgressions. Their quarry, the Agralson Crad, swooped in. Alanya came out to meet them, wondering just who would be foolish enough to find themselves at her doorstep. Inviting them in after seeing the danger had passed, they began to get to know each other, of which Parker and Hunval have now presented the map of the fracture to her, asking her opinion and what she thinks of it. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Critnit. Here we have our returning guest, Lola. Would you like to introduce yourself once again?
Hello everybody, I am Lola, also known as a Gamer Mom Bomb on TikTok and Instagram. You can find me on social media platforms by just looking that up. I will be playing as Alanya, the Elven Druid.
Wonderful. And then everyone else, we know about you. Let's get into the world. Alanya, you are right now looking at a full-bore map of the fracture, complete with topography, and it seems like interconnecting tunnels that lead from one sphere to the next. This leading all the way down to the very bottom level of the fracture itself. What do you do?
Well, first, I'm definitely in shock just staring at this. Is Parker still playing while this is going on, or is he done playing right now?
At this time, he has finished playing.
Okay, so it's just going to continue staying there. I am going to be telepathically, asking, kind of letting Walter know what this is. And then I'm going to, ask if you guys know what that, I'm going to look at you guys and say, do you know what this is? How did you make this?
1 second. Parker,
Yes.
ask me. Don't just start playing. Just ask me.
I don't...
What if this had blown up my backpack? I would have to carry everything by hand.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Here, let me help you. Let me help you clean that up.
No. Just... An old man gave this to me.
Wait, so one of you got this magical violin, one of you got the pages to what looks like a map book. Is there anything, other surprises any of you have?
The Silvered Shade gave me the sheet of paper with the music notes on it that he played.
The Silver Shade physically gave you this music?
That is a complicated question, but...
What do you mean it's complicated?
I was sitting on the front of a boat on the second level of the fracture and was praying to Goddess Valia, which that's another thing you maybe want to know about. And, the Silvered Shade kind of crept in through the shadows of the boat, I guess, and I saw him where my reflection would be in the water, and then he somehow from there slipped a piece of paper into my pocket. So, yeah, complicated.
The gods aren't dead, by the way. Found that out while you were down here.
Oh, I already had a feeling they weren't dead. I just think they're very angry.
Parker, can I see your violin, please?
I would also like to take a look at the violin. If you would.
As long as no one wants my papers anymore, I'm putting them away.
After a minute, the magic begins to dissipate, and the papers kind of fall sheet by sheet down to the bottom.
I'll help you pick it up.
No worries, I have it.
Parker's having a hard time deciding if he wants to actually give someone his violin.
If you would like, I could stand next to you the whole time I'm looking at it. I don't plan on taking it. I just would like to look at it. You're kind of in my home.
That's fair. That's fine.
Thank you. All right, while I'm looking at this, do I recognize this violin at all or anything on it?
You do not recognize anything about this violin. Matter of factly, it makes no sense that it should actually possess any magical qualities innately, given it is not at the moment running off of any particular magitech. So you can surmise this is a very, very special violin.
Is it old?
It is old, but not ancient.
Okay. How did you get this?
It was given to me by, I don't know, bless my soul, I've forgotten her name.
Janice Tunger!
Janice, that was her name, thank you. This was given to me by Janice, someone that found me at the Bard College I was attending. Said it was mine and gave it to me.
Please look at the violin.
At this point, I've given it back to Parker.
I very reluctantly give it to Cruz.
Cruz guitar smashes it under the ground.
Oh my god!
Goes up the devil hooks, goes, yeah!
I say go sleep with the shivers.
Oh, yes.
No, can I inspect this violin pretty intensely?
Yes. Cruz, yes, roll a investigation check.
That is a natural 19, so 20.
Okay. The inside of this violin is etched a name. Tyrannel Reinhardt.
And if I remember right, that's my grandfather, correct?
Yes.
Does he tell everybody he says this?
I'm going to see the name and kind of take a step back, and I'm going to hold it back out to Parker, and I'm going to go, Parker, do you know who this was originally made for? Do you know who originally made this violin?
Yes, I am aware of its backstory. My mother identified the name and the maker.
This was made by my grandfather. How did it get to your Bard's College?
Just said by Janice.
My grandfather has never let any of his instruments out of the Reinhardt estate. How did you get his violin?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you snuck away from the Reinhardts.
There was no sneaking.
Yeah, there kind of was. You pretended you were dead. That's kind of sneaky.
I'm starting to think it didn't work. These violins were at one point a weapon of war. And now it's showing us the map to literally the bottom of the fracture.
Presumably.
All the Reinhardt stuff has always had some sort of war aspect to them, including Tyrannel's musical instruments, because he was the one that was at the end of the Great War that magic left the world with.
Okay. So, does anyone else find it very strange that all of you somehow obtain an object that directly links to these fractures?
Oh no. I really have been deciding that things are a lot less coincidental, but definitely no less strange.
I agree. Maybe the goddesses and gods are guiding us here. So, now here's the next question, is what are we going to do next?
Actually, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
This is a word I've recently become educated on. Divineling. Do you know what that is? Do you know what that means?
Nope.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna leave that one be.
I'm gonna Google it.
It's homebrewed lore.
You won't find anything.
Oh, dang it, I can't go.
No, sorry. That's
Okay.
this world specific. Actually, roll a history check.
Me? Okay. D20? I got an 8.
8. Nope. Never heard of one.
Okay.
With Gasgar mentioning the godling, I'll come over and put a hand on his shoulder.
I look up.
With just a reassuring, like,
Yes. Okay, well, in short, you know what a demigod would be?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like that in a very crude way of putting it. And there's a whole lot of evidence that we found on the second level of the fracture that I am one.
You're a demigod mongoose?
Apparently, I don't really have memories of my previous self, but according to everything that we've known or at least found out thus far, is that there was only 2 divinelings, and well, one of them was found on the second floor of the fracture. I have memories of being on the second floor of the fracture, as it turns out. And I woke up in a cage in an experiment lab. And we found an experiment lab with a cage in it with papers about a divineling. And the cage was just about perfect size for me and had claw marks that my claw fit into perfectly. So...
Oh, you poor thing. I'm so sorry.
So yeah, I feel like you know a whole heck of a lot about us now. You want to tell us a bit more about yourself?
Well, my name is Alanya Amdithol, and I am the last surviving member of my clan. After the magic started dying and elves started aging, my clan stopped having children because we completely believed from the beginning that the world is going to die. So I was the last one born, and I dedicated my life so far to coming down here, and that's why I don't plan on coming up until I have the answers I seek. And Walter here is not just a typical animal. He's actually been a guardian over my clan for a very long time. I don't know how long, but a long one. And when magic disappeared, he actually turned into this pendant, and with that I'm going to pull this really cool aquamarine pendant out. And I'm going to say, it was actually a myth that it had an actual being until I came down here and he just kind of popped out of my pendant. So, yeah, that's about as much as I can give you about me. Not very much.
Well, Alanya, it's a pleasure. Now, how do we not die?
You stop drinking the poisons, and I stop having the temptation to push you into puddles. A long story.
Don't mind him.
Okay. Well, we need to make sure we all have enough resources before going out there, because I have enough resources for myself, but I don't think you guys have enough for you. Do you have enough life potions? We need to find things to gather light for you guys. So at first, I'm going to say let's go all out and travel together and not split up, because I'm the one who has the dim root extract right now.
Gascar, do you have any more of that mushroom juice?
No, I don't have any more of those, but I need to come up with a name for these orb thingies. They call them orbs for now. The brightness of this light really only goes about 5 feet. Is that going to be at all effective as protection?
Unless, if you wanted 5 feet in front of you. Unless if it only projects 5 feet and you want the creature to be 5 feet in front of your face, it's probably not going to do much.
Got it. If we threw them, would it slow them down at all?
I don't know. I've never used a mushroom extract, so...
No, it's not a mushroom. It's that orb thing that I projected the picture with.
Oh, right. Well, I've never seen that either, so we can try it.
Okay. Well, I will try whipping up at least a couple for each one of us, provided I can find enough supplies.
Look, anything you need to help. But here's the deal. If I help you take down this creature, you have its head, but I get its heart. Deal?
Deal.
Agreed.
You don't care about the heart.
On.
And at that, you see all of Gaskar's hairs kind of settle down just a little bit, with his hands getting a little bit twitchy as he's been given permission to go through a bunch of stuff to try and find things to make things with. And off he goes.
Have fun.
Cruz is going to get that little, I have an idea look, dig through his bag and pull out a flashlight. Will this work?
I'm sorry.
Sure.
Sawyer, why the hell does Cruz have a tactical mag light in his inventory?
Well, it's in my explorer's pack, and he said I get a bag light instead of a torch. It runs off of a cantrip drive.
Cantrip drive. Every time he turns it on, it casts the cantrip light. So it's not powerful. It's just the light cantrip in the form of a thing you can just do.
Man, things really do be different over here in Everrain. I still got torches.
Hey, they're a lot cheaper than using Magitech for this kind of stuff. He's just fancy.
He's a rich boy.
I have standards.
Yes.
So, Sawyer, do I find materials enough to make any number of those orbs?
Well, in her cabin up to this point, she's been down here for a long time. This cabin is also very kind of roughly made out of, the surrounding gray tree matter. She probably has several spears that she's gathered off of shivers that she has slain. Whether or not the rock tips are been removed and you can use them for knives and various pieces of I don't know, sharpening things. I don't know. It's a lot of natural stuff around here. Not a lot of metal, and a lot of herbs, a lot of spices, a lot of dried natural plant matter. Probably a wooden workbench, but not a heck of a lot in the terms of crafting materials.
Sawyer, I have an idea.
Okay.
So, Alanya, would you say that, or when you came into the fracture and your pal over there erupted out of your necklace, at what point did that happen in your dive into the fracture? Was it immediate, or was it like, oh, I got to level 5 and it happened?
It was. Oh, that's my normal voice. It wasn't immediately. It was halfway through the first level when I came across the first creature down there that he popped out.
Okay.
So it's like when I was in danger is when he appeared.
Because I keep hearing rumors about how magic may naturally be occurring down here in the fracture, and, a lot of weirder things than that have happened to me lately. So,
well, I can tell you that, especially being down to the 8th level, that my own magical abilities as a druid have increased significantly the farther I go down.
Okay.
I think that down to the very bottom is where all that magic is lying.
Maybe one day I'll be able to breathe fire if I absorb enough magic around here.
Keep dreaming.
Hey,
Non-lizard faced. Buddy boy.
it could happen. Don't be mad, I'm pretty.
So I pull out my tinkering tools, which usually have a cantrip drive connected to the back. I unplug it.
Ooh, interesting. All right.
And I begin to intently try to focus in on what would have been like the glyphs and the runes and the magic, the hand down magic that I've been empowering through magic tech, but just trying to focus in on the raw stuff and seeing if, while I'm down here, if I'm able to get it to work.
What are you trying to cast?
I'm trying to make one of those spheres.
Ah.
Is there anything I can do to help him? I'm new to a druid, so...
No. For the time being, this is very much an artificer's thing. This is like, the doctorate kind of thing where they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't.
Sitting down and beginning to craft this object, the lines and the various aspects of using your tool in order to craft one of these, at first, the lines you would set upon it have no effect. It's not until about halfway through your crafting of this, your tool does alight. And it seems as though the residual magic down here is allowing for, at minimum, cantrips to be used or cast without the effect or requirement of Magitech.
Hey, Parker. Look, it's like your violin. Look at the tip of my tool; it's glowing.
What? Look, where did you find this?
I'm doing magic. I have. This is the same tool I've always had. You've seen me use it before, but with a Magitech drive. Do you see a Magitech drive plugged in? No, you don't.
They're very peculiar.
I'm doing it. This is so cool.
I'm glad you're impressed.
I glare at him like, of all people. Come on, man.
You're on his side for exactly one shoulder tap of reassurance, and then it goes back to none.
Yeah, so I just work on keep trying to make... my goal is to have 2 of these per person.
Okay.
So I guess I'm just working away on it. And for however long you say I need to.
Sorry, while he's doing that, can I also be working on more repellents?
Sure.
Sweet. Oh, wait, I'm doing something.
Roll 2d4.
Grab him. Was not expecting a D4.
Yes, the caltrop.
Okay. Oh, yes, I do. All right. Oop. Oops, sorry, I dropped it. A 4.
Okay. You got 4 repellents, and then roll 1 more.
A 3.
And you got 3 attractants.
Sweet.
It is at this time that you hear something outside your cabin. One of your traps triggers.
What was that?
That was a trap. Want to go see what it is? Let's go. I'm going to grab Walter, and if you want to join me, I'm going to grab Walter. And by the way, that means now I have 8 repellents and 6 attractants. I already had 4.
Perfect.
I'm gonna grab my go bag, my staff. I'm gonna grab my little bag with the repellents and attractants in it, and my medicine. And I'm gonna go out with Walter and go to the trap.
Okay.
Slowly.
Can I see one each of your repellents and attractants? I'm gonna stay right here.
I'm gonna throw him one of each.
Okay.
Really quick, like toss to him out the door.
And Vol will follow.
Okay.
But
perfect. Let's see.
at least one of you are brave.
Upon exiting the cabin, you look out to your left. Through the clearing to the edge, you do see one of your net traps has caught something, and the outside of the net is just writhing in crazy sporadic movements. And you can hear this kind of telltale coming from that general direction of a shiver.
Can I use night vision, look around, make sure there's not a bunch more of them?
Please roll a perception check.
A 5.
Yeah, no, you don't see anything.
Yeah, nope.
Noticing our new acquaintance looking around, I will also scan the environment.
Please make a perception check.
Oh, wow.
Make it good.
14?
14.
Better than me.
Looking around, you don't see anything else. Area looks secure. Except for the one writhing
Did you
net
look
in
up?
the corner.
Why would I look up? All I see when I look up is blackness.
Okay.
Yeah, Lola, why would anyone look up?
They climb trees.
If that's not Meta's frack.
So you did not look up?
Oh. Looking up is dumb.
Okay.
Suddenly, 8 shivers descend from on top of your cabin and stab all of you.
Yeah.
Because you didn't look up.
Oh.
Oh no.
I will, however, declare the dodge action for the rest of my turn.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay. I'm gonna slowly with Walter. I'm gonna start slowly walking towards the net, and I'm gonna have my staff ready.
Okay. Let's see. It is getting entangled in this net. Getting closer, you do see beneath it. Actually, matter of fact, because it is there. Oh! So getting closer to kind of the outside of your cabin, you see a cold hound beneath it. You see it suddenly jump up towards the net, wrap its teeth around several of the what are they called? But knots?
Yeah, knots. Yeah, just knotted together.
Several knots of the rope and begin to tear through them. What do you do?
Can I attempt to dominate the hound?
Yes. That's a wisdom save upon the hound.
Okay.
And with a 13, it does resist the effect.
It's the second time.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
I'm going to assume this thing is bad then.
Yes.
I'm going to take a bonus action then to take a steady aim to give myself advantage on this shot, and then I'll shoot the creature with my
Okay.
hand crossbow.
Please roll the hit.
With advantage.
Correct.
Natural 13, followed by a natural 18.
Natural 18 will hit.
Right. There it is. Ouch. 4 points of piercing damage.
And considering this would be part of a surprise round, given the creature was unaware of you, if there is any sneak attack that needs to be applied.
I would have gained the sneak attack from the advantage alone.
Correct.
Yep.
Oh, and you rolled 4 total?
I rolled 4 for the crossbow itself and 9 for the sneak attack.
Yeah, 13 points of damage. Your bolt flies and finds true upon the hound. It reels back and begins to set its stance, not on its master up entangled, but now upon you.
So how many of these bolts do you think it's going to take? As I load another one. And it's just this...
I don't know. I don't use bolts. I just stab it to death. So. Load another.
You know what? That is the most sound advice I've had today.
Man, I'd really like to stab that guy, but he's way over there.
Well, don't I have just the invention for you?
It's either stabbing or magic for me.
Mail order stabbings. No postage required.
All right, well, back up to top for them. High enough to... Okay. With the last bit of his strength, you see the shiver bring his spear head down through the rest of the rope, cutting himself free and falling prone to the ground. With half of his movement speed, he will stand, and with the other half, Elliot, he is going to mount his creature.
All right.
He will then tear on the reins, and the creature will begin to flee into the woods.
That's right. Serves you right. Run away. They tend to do that.
He's now 120 feet away from you, Humval, if that counts.
But Sawyer, did the creature use half of its movement to stand up?
No, it was not knocked prone.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
It was the dog. The dog didn't... I mean, the dog got hit by a crossbow bolt, but it wouldn't have knocked it prone.
I know. Just what's the dog doing?
The dog was running.
Was this a scout? Or was this just a shiver?
It seems it was a lone shiver is never alone in a hunting pack.
No, it's
so
not.
If there's a lone shiver, it seems as though this may or may not be a scout.
Okay, so with him And we see the general direction he ran away yet again.
Correct.
Okay. With this, I'm going to look at Humval, and I'm going to say, all right, we need to go back because they do not travel alone. Last time I ran across one that was alone, it did not take very long before a whole party showed up. So let's go get the others ready. This, you can use your metal blades for. So you guys will be able to fight these. Let's go. Get everyone ready.
Good. Hey, Cruz, it is finally your time to shine. There are big things that need to be hit by the big weapon.
Yes. At this point, I'm definitely going to recommend, I'm going to give all of them an attractant when we get in there. Or not attractant, sorry, a repellent. Because these work against the hounds.
Okay, Sawyer, question. So the reason why I had asked for a repellent and an attractant is my orbs can produce an odor. Can each orb perhaps learn both and then you choose which one it emits? Because this is something that we're now deciding, I think, for us how we want this to work, because the rules don't actually explicitly say this.
I would rule that it does consume the repellent and attractant per bauble created, but that yes, they can emit both.
Could we use those attractants to our advantage? I hand me a bauble with an attractant in it. I fly up, drop it at a safe distance. It splats in one area. They go to the attractant. We ambush them.
Let's not call them baubles because we've called other things baubles, and that's going to get really confusing.
Bibble bobbles.
Orbs. Okay, if you use
Bibbles.
one of those orbs.
Valiant.
Orbs.
Orbles.
Oh, not orbs.
What's another?
Spheres.
Yeah, spheres. Gosh, here on Critnit, we have going to be putting everything that is circular has a name now. Everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bobbles, orbs, orbles.
Sorry, didn't expect that one.
He's not wrong.
All right. Do you all prepare?
What about my ambush trap? Can we do stuff like that, or should we be using the repellent to sneak around and find these roots?
Well, it depends. Can we reuse these orbs? Or are they a one-time use?
Now they are reusable.
Oh, then, I would say use them. Just save one of each. I'll save one for me and Gaskar if he needs to reuse it to make more. And I'm fascinated by his little creation, by the way. While you guys are preparing, I'm going to have Walter go out and scope and really look around the area so he can alert us. And I also want him to tell me how many traps have been activated so I know what to, reset up.
Okay. Roll a perception check for Walter.
Oh, God, please. A 20!
20! Natural 20!
Yay, finally!
Running around very quickly, mentally bombarding you with southwest, check, northwest, check, southwest, triggered, northwest, check. You determine that there are, out of your 8 different traps, at least, I believe 8, correct?
Yep.
Okay. There are 2 that have been triggered. Whoa, my other finger's missing. 2 have been triggered.
Okay.
And also looking out and about, you are able to see the shivers. There is 3 of them right now. Out beyond where the first trap was triggered by these guys, they are smelling the ground along the path that they came in. But then as Walter kind of watches this, they begin to back away from the trail and disappear further away from you.
And that was the trail that the other shiver left, right?
This was the trail that, when they ran by, Jerry had burned through.
Oh. Okay. So I'm going to get all this back. Gaska,
Mm-hmm.
it would seem that Jerry might be a key to this level because the shivers just appeared and scented his trail and turned around and disappeared instead of approaching our camp. So,
Okay.
don't know what that means.
Again, Gaskar, you have a flamethrower and a fire elemental. We have to be able to use them somehow.
I wasn't gonna hold us back.
Has he been able to be out of his little canister and just running around and figuring himself out a bit?
Oh, yeah.
Or are you working with him? Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, he's totally good to get out. It's just when he was born up on the surface not too very long ago, fire elementals up on the surface. You can imagine how that might go.
Yeah.
And this is his first time down in the fracture, and he now has that black flame in him, and that deeply concerns me. But we shall go with it for now.
Can I investigate? Can I ask to investigate that little black flame on him?
Yes, but we should go outside because he will burn down your house.
Well, yeah, for sure. Thank you for that advice. I appreciate it.
Parker,
Yes, Cruz.
you should show her the box.
Not pulling out the box yet.
What's in the box?
Not right now.
But I pull out the box.
Ooh.
Okay, I am all for... Actually, no, I'm not. I really don't like this box. Listen,
What? You got Jerry out of it. How can you not like the thing that birthed Jerry?
that's the one good thing that box has ever done for us.
I am totally willing to sacrifice a case of crossbow bolts just to show our newcomer what awful things can happen.
I'm going to say this as the voice of reason. Well, that's weird to say out loud. Let's not do this in the midst of possibly being attacked by whatever those hound things were. Okay, got it?
Agreed. Yes, agreed. I also agree. We should probably get ready.
But come on, guys, it's the box. It's like tradition. Every time somebody new
Cruz?
comes into the group, we got to show them the box.
Fantastic. Let's wait until things are maybe just a tad bit more stable.
I put my crossbow bolt case with the bolts inside the box.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, take it outside. Take it outside before you open.
I mean, he's placed it in there. You haven't taken it out.
No, Gazka has a point. We're taking this outside. Follow along, please.
Okay.
You guys always fight this often.
Yeah.
All the time.
Well,
There's no cohesion.
we're like brothers at this point.
No.
No. You are a brother.
That is
All right.
speciest. How dare you?
You all make your way outside with the box. Alanya, what you would have seen after they opened the box, they closed the box up. It just looks big, wooden, about 2 foot by 2 foot. It was able to fit almost like a 3 foot. Not 3 foot. Goodness, never mind. Your bolts are not low on that. I don't know. Anyway,
Apparently I have javelins now.
no, you do not have javelins. Anyway, the box just seems very normal. And as he puts it in there, closes the flaps, all of the lines that kind of show the flaps on all 6 sides of it disappear almost completely. And then the one side of which he placed the crossbow bolts inside reappears. Elliot, please roll a d6.
Alanya,
Yeah, 6.
do yourself a favor and step way back.
Alrighty.
Not too long ago, some cursed objects came out of this box.
What?
Can I set the box down first?
Yeah, step back.
I'm gonna
Pretty
put
far.
that down.
Why didn't we wait to do this box experiment till after?
Because they're stupid. Very, very,
We're
very
supposed to be
stupid.
getting ready, so let's see if we can get anything good and useful.
Well, I hope it is not a cursed object. That would be great to start with. You know, being that we might be getting attacked any moment.
Correct. Bracket. Okay. Nope. I know exactly what these do.
Okay.
All right. Do you open the box?
Uh-oh.
Open the box.
All right. Opening the box, you take out your crossbow bolts. It's interesting. Each one of them has now gained 3 rings on it down the shaft.
What do they do?
I don't know. I don't have any of the relevant skills to know this.
As he's holding it, 18 for Arcana.
This was a full case of
Sorry,
crossbow bolts.
I just had to. Yes. So, a full case of 20 crossbow bolts?
Yes, I have 2 of them. Well, one has 18.
For future reference, Sawyer crossbow bolts range between 9 and 12 inches.
That's what I figured, which is why when I was about to say 3 feet, I'm like, wait a sec, that doesn't make any sense. Parker, with a successful Arcana check, you are able to determine that upon firing, these bolts grow into javelins.
Woo, we got something good.
So, earlier you made a comment about shooting javelins. Well, now you can.
Well, that was a gamble that was worth it.
I can't imagine how that possibly worked.
Oh, Anya, I want you to know this is a rarity.
Oh.
You mean it's been a long time coming?
Well, now I'm going to add javelins to my character sheet.
Next time, wait till after? Well, it's good you got some good luck. All right. Do we just chill out here, or are we going back inside?
Well, you said you wanted to take a look at Jerry's black flame. So, Jerry,
Yes.
come on out, buddy.
Jerry pops out, and as he does, he comes to his full-fledged flame. The black space on his chest does persist still.
Do not like that.
Please make a nature check.
Ooh. Please. Got a 7.
7.
It's a +3 for nature.
So yes, now you rolled a 10 total, correct?
Yeah.
Can't surmise what's creating this, though it is, by all intents and purposes, for the amount of time you've spent down here, you would know that the war between light and dark down here can be very physical in its manifestations. So it would seem that, similar to how the dim root kind of permanently creates light on itself, and it itself can create permanent light on other objects, it seems as though the darkness can do the same thing to light, specifically in the regards to this creature.
Can I try something? Can I pour a little tiny, I don't know how to do this with this flame deal. I kind of want to give him a tiny bit of draught of daylight and see if he puts it on it or anything, if it does anything, because that's what's so effective against that creature. So maybe it will do something to that black flame.
Make him brighter.
You can use half a vial on it and see what happens.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Pouring half of a vial on the amorphous creature, you see the darkness melt away and grow bright once again.
All right.
It foofs up a little bit more.
Yes. Okay, and I stick out a furry little fist for a bump.
I give you a fist bump.
Thank you.
So does Jerry.
Thank you.
Oh, is he on fire still? I'm gonna hesitate.
Jerry is a fire elemental. He is nothing but fire.
Okay, so he's always on fire. So I'm gonna go to fist bump him, but I'm gonna hesitate super hard and just give him a thumbs up instead.
He bumps your hand.
No, why did he do that? I just helped him.
Well, because you put your fist out and you put a thumb up, which to him is it's still the fist, so he bumps it.
Oh. Can I just heal my own fist real quick?
No, it doesn't hurt. I mean, it
Okay,
left
good.
a little singe marks, but it's like putting your hand over some candle flame. It was
Okay.
warm for a second, but didn't burn you.
Oh, it's a little heat kiss. It's all good.
Yeah, a little heat kissed.
Okay, sweet. All right.
Yes, and it would seem that, at least at the moment, given the fact you guys have taken this time to mess with the box, mess with Jerry, the shivers have not attacked, and it would probably be surmised they have moved on by this point, as their attacks usually are very quick after their 2 scouts discover something.
So do we feel like we are ready to maybe go out a little bit if we stick together, or do you still feel like you need to get your stuff ducks in a row?
I'm ready to go. I don't have anything that I should really get my ducks in a row. Outside of popping a Magitech drive into my sword hilt to give myself a fire elemental ability just in case, I'm good to go.
Going on a root hunt, gonna get a big one.
Since I already used half a vial, and one of these dim roots fill one, and since Cruz really doesn't have like a ton of light, what would happen if I poured just the rest of that half a vial on his blade for him?
Would you like to try?
Because he's definitely the one that's the stronger. Yeah, because I feel like he's a stronger of the Cruz. So like if that did do something as a creature, I feel like that would be a good start.
Okay. Cruz, would you like her to put it on the axe head or the sword?
We'll go sword for now.
Right. Placing the oil onto the sword, it sticks to it like glue, but spreads like olive oil. And going up and down the sword now possesses a permanent glowing light.
When I sheath it, does
Right.
it make my sheath glow?
Yes,
Like the inside of my sheath, or is it glowing like a glow stick?
it's glowing like a glow stick.
Just spreads everywhere.
Yes.
Keep it out of your eyes.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, if I rub it in my eyes, will I get permanent dark vision?
Hey, you want to try it?
No.
Welcome to try it. Any one of you.
Blinded by the light.
Quick question just for maintenance of things.
Yes.
Has it been an hour since we were first chased by the Igral?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So y'all have lost your 7 temporary hit points at this point.
That's fine.
Can we consider this a short rest since we've technically been resting?
I would allow you to take a short rest in talking and, just getting to know with everybody. Yeah, roll that hit die, Cruz. You took the brunt of that guy. You said, let's fight this thing. The girl said, cool. Bah!
I gained 8 health back from my short rest.
Nice. Sawyer,
Yes.
hypothetically, how permanent is that light?
As kind of explained by Alanya a little bit, probably in her fixing up Jerry, it will most likely be permanent.
Glowy sword.
I really wanted to rub some of my horns, but if it's permanent, then no.
I mean, why not? Just make sheaths for your horns.
Oh, horn caps.
Yeah.
I'm hard thinking about it.
All right. I mean, hey, you guys just need 12 of these for the Drought of Daylight. You can collect more if you find more.
Yeah, now
This-
I
this is
have
true.
all of you to help me, so it's gonna be a lot easier.
Yes.
Oh,
We now need a very powerful rubber band to put over Parker's horns and turn him into a slingshot.
Ooh.
I can make
And on a natural one, we just break his neck.
That's about right.
Just snap.
are you guys even like healthy enough to go travel right now?
I am perfectly fine.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Are you sure, Parker? Because it wasn't very long ago that you awoke in your bedroom in the guild hall bloodied.
I do admit I am still tender, but health-wise, I'm okay.
On a daily basis, we see crews get eviscerated.
Can I give him some of my like little healing elixirs I've made?
Yes.
All right, Parker, I'm going to walk over and hand you some healing elixirs that I have made down here. Eat it. You'll feel better.
But thank you.
All right. Well, are you guys going to go on the hunt then?
Well, we're doing all the boring stuff of needing to make sure that we have all our ducks in a row. Speaking of which, how many of those orbs did I make earlier?
You were able to make 5.
Okay, so made 5 of them.
It just dawned on Cruz that we need to go to one area of this level of the fracture to look for these roots, right?
The bog.
By the Moggy area, right? That's what we determined was going to have more of it.
How far away is this?
About 30 minutes.
About 30 minutes. Cruz is going to look at Alanya and say, Alanya, we can cut this trip in half by about 15 minutes. Why don't me and you just fly over there, grab the roots, and fly back? We can scout from the air to see if it's any danger whatsoever, and then if we don't see anything dangerous, we land, we get them, we come back.
All right, that is fine. I'm bringing Walter. You can go to Tabby.
Yeah.
Cruz, take this sphere and give me your attractant and repellent, and I'm going to charge up somebody else's. And here you go, Alanya. Here's one for you as well, and that way they at least have those.
All right.
I don't know how I'm going to carry both Walter and her.
Because Walter could turn into a tabby cat. He weighs like 4 pounds. Walter's offended.
Also, you can fly, Alanya.
Alanya can fly.
Alanya can fly.
Alanya can fly?
I can fly?
She can fly.
I can fly!
Oh my gosh. Really?
Can I really? Hold on.
Your beast shape?
Oh, yeah!
Like the 90% of being a druid?
You know what? I'm still new to the druid. Hold on.
I know, I'm just saying.
Well, owls can carry cats, can't they? Oh, or a hawk.
Well, anything that is an object on your person transforms with you. So as long as he's in the bubble, then he can just transform into you.
Oh, poor Walter. Okay.
You'll just have to revert before you call him out again.
You just lose a leg. Okay. All right. Well, then I'm going to grab Walter and I'm going to turn into an owl.
All right.
And then I'm just going to spread my wings out and let's go.
Don't wreck my cabin.
Are your D&D games feeling stale, plain, or downright boring? Upgrade them today with beautiful landscapes, terrifying dungeons, wholesome inns, and vast forests. Draw your players into your own personal fantasy world with Arkenforge. Arkenforge.com provides hundreds of preloaded items for you to mix and match to fully customize your worlds. Use promo code CRITNIT to get $5 off your purchase today. That's CRITNIT. CRITNIT.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Cornish, your audiomancer for CritNit. I just want to take a little time out to ask you to do a couple of things for us. Find us on Twitter and follow us if you haven't already. We are at crit_n_it. Also, if you could please leave us a rating and review on iTunes or Google Podcasts or wherever else that you find us, it would help other people find us and get the story out to others. And speaking of the story, let's hop back into it.
I'm going to do nothing but snoop around her cabin now, since I've been left unsupervised.
I don't know, maybe I should have left Walter behind.
21 investigation now that she's gone.
You find her journal.
No, that's so
and
rude.
all of her books that she has.
I'm reading her journal.
Okay.
I'm studying it.
The first page, Dear Diary. I don't know. What's in your journal?
I am reading it aloud.
Alania's gonna be very mad when she comes back. Yeah.
Parker and Gaskar, as those two disappear, Humval just wanders back into the thing and starts reading aloud something.
Dear Diary.
I would not read their diary.
Humval, how'd you find that so fast? You beelined straight to that thing. Holy crap, man.
I felt it was important.
Do they discover anything interesting in snooping?
What would you absolutely not want people to find out what was in your diary/journal?
Already learning Alania's deepest, darkest secrets.
Oh, for sure.
We're bonding.
Yeah, you're finding out my loneliness and stuff and bonding to that. Unwelcome. You're gonna find my theory in there about how how I believe that 200 years ago, when the war between the Kenvadesh and the Adenan people, I think that there might have been some elven elements into that. So I'm questioning if my own people had something to do with the dark magic coming to the surface like that. So, yeah, that's my deep dark secret you're probably going to discover in my journal.
All right, so Hoval reads it aloud as, my theory, 200 years ago, elves, ancient gods, something, something, and this one's boring. Next one.
Thanks, Hoval.
Jeez. No cares given.
I'm looking for juicy things to learn about our new friend.
All right, well, while the other of you are snooping, you two, flying directly to the bog, ignoring all of the various obstacles I had planned for you, I mean that are just, on the ground that I had, never mind. Just avoiding all the obstacles in flying directly to the bog, please make perception checks. Alanya, you will be rolling with a +6.
Got a 9.
Roll again because owls have advantage in 5e. Elliot.
4.
Shut up. Really?
I'm the blindest
Well, never
elf
mind.
on the planet, apparently.
I rolled an 18.
Well, thank God.
Everyone, stop moving. I dropped my D4 and I cannot find it.
So is that a natural 1 then by default?
By default, yes.
All right. Cruz, you see a patch of glowing foliage to your right, about 20 feet down.
I'm going to alert Alanya and point to it. Do I see any enemies around whatsoever?
Nope.
Then I'm going to land right there, right on the patch.
Okay. In landing, your feet sink about a foot into muck and disgusting, rotting foliage, of which kind of a eggy, sulfury smell kind of pops up like methane.
I'm going to hold that. I'm going to get that little bit of throw up in the back of my throat. And I'm going to, I can keep it down. Keep it down. Okay. And then I'm going to hold an arm out for Ilana to land on.
Is he gonna sink if I land on
She doesn't
him?
end up in the muck.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll sink if I land on him.
Oh, no, he won't sink. I'm sorry. I thought you said, is it safe to land on him? Yes, no, you can land on him. You're an owl. You don't weigh that much.
Okay, well, I'll land on his arm for a moment, but these turnips only... Is it the dim root?
Yes.
And it just has to be pulled up. Is it surrounded by this muck?
Yep.
Okay, I attempt to just fly down and grab one with my beak and pull it up.
Talons are probably better for an owl.
Oh, talons, yeah.
Talons. I'll use my talons to pull it up then. Scratch that. Okay, so I'm going to fly down with my talons and
Face
grab
planting into the muck, full on. Alanya just splat. She's not used to being an owl, guys. She just learned she can beast shape in the first place, all right? She doesn't know what to do, so just...
Speak first.
Cruz is going to pick her up again.
Yeah. She's got the dim root. It just pops right out of the muck. Easy as pie.
Cruz is going to toss her back in the air and hopefully she can flap away and then collect up as many dim roots as I can.
You are soggy yeeted back into the air and said, fly or die. But you are able to catch yourself. And you have successfully taken one deep dim root. Excuse me.
I'm going to collect the rest of the dim roots.
There's just one.
Oh, then I'm going to collect... There's only 2 there? Or just 1?
There was only 1.
Oh, okay. I'm going to do my
Ta-da! Welcome!
best to get out of this muck.
All right.
Can I do, what would plant growth do? Could I grow like a plant so he can grab and pull him out? Or can I not do that in owl form? Can I do that with that plant growth though?
Wait. Let me look up the spell plant growth.
Sawyer is now quickly realizing that if the spell plant growth does what he think it does, you could have just used that spell to make more dim root.
Hey, read the spell. Specifically the last paragraph.
Oh God. Let me look. Oh, hold on. It's actually giving me the actual, like, I gotta put D&D after it. That didn't make any sense. Just hold on. Like, okay, yeah, I know how plants grow.
Oh, dang.
So, I mean, technically, they are edible.
Don't even tell me. I'm gonna be so bad. DM, why didn't you tell me this in the beginning? Hold on.
And you said that you knew all your spells.
I said I was studying spells, but I didn't learn all of them. Hold on. I thought I had a little collection. It yields twice the normal amount of food when harvested.
Correct. Which, dim root is edible.
Are you dead serious right now?
I kid you not. This is in a mile radius. So if you were to cast this over 8 hours, you will double the amount of dim root everywhere that can be harvested.
Within a
I
mile.
guess I'm working on that.
Well, hold on a second. Dim root is a root vegetable, correct?
Correct.
That means it can be replanted by itself.
Technically, yes.
So
Yeah.
if she took all of her dim root and put it in one spot and replanted it, and then spent 8 hours casting the spell,
It would double the amount of dim root.
yep, and she could repeat this. There is nothing limiting you from doing this except for time.
You still have to grow it.
My excuse will be I can't cast spell uninterrupted for 8 hours.
You could cast a spell uninterrupted for 8 hours. We would have to play guard duty.
Yes.
Well, that's why I haven't done it till now. So there we go. Loophole covered.
There you go. Actually, I really like that. Find 8 hours down here.
You know what? Yes. I would also rule that this is an instantaneous effect for this instance, yes. Because I think it's cool.
We need to collect 4 of them to make this plan happen. So, Sawyer, is there a tree anywhere around me that I can pull myself up out of this muck?
You can physically just jump out of the muck. It's not going to restrain you yet. You haven't landed in a pit yet.
Okay, then I'm back in the air.
Okay. You two have collected 1 dim root so far.
All right.
Gaskar, Parker, Humval.
Lanya, are there stacks of books in your place?
My place?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to grab a stack of books, put your diary on top of it, and bring it over to Gaskar and be like, there are some interesting reads here.
Gonna notice you moving like candle.
Yeah, he's trying to frame me.
Yes.
So, I'm gonna take a quick look through and go about plants, about fracture stuff. This one's a journal. Humboldt, go put this back. Don't be that jerk. You're already enough of a jerk. Don't be that jerk. But I'll take this book.
Okay. As you two divvy up her library, Parker, is there anything you're doing?
No, I've just been studying and being fascinated by Gaskar.
All right. Alanya and Cruz, make another perception check.
Oh, no. Nat 1.
11.
Alanya, please describe your owl.
It is gray, black, a little splash of white. And it's about, I don't know, about like yay big. Like, I don't know, like 2.5 feet. Standard owl.
Cruz, man, you haven't seen an owl in a long time. It's really interesting to see how they flap their wings.
Yes, it is.
You know, and as you're flying forward, you look back. You are clotheslined by a branch that you did not see because you were not looking forward as you were flying. You immediately plummet 15 feet down, slap into the bog, and sink a foot down. Now you are sopping wet and smell of pure and utter cow fart.
I deserve that. I don't know why, but I did.
And you were able to get back up and continue your flight. Make one more perception check. Both of you.
Okay. Much better. 17.
And Lanya.
Oh, okay, so 21.
21. While you guys are out, you see a bright, glowing patch of dim root. It's kind of set almost like a fairy ring in the center of a large barren area of stagnant water, like a pixie ring of mushrooms, but of dim root. And you're able to see 5 separate roots right there in front of you.
Do I notice anything around them?
Water.
How deep is the water?
It is 2 feet here.
Cruz is gonna circle for a minute looking for anything and everyone. This feels wrong.
Make another perception check.
Nat 20. That's 22.
Beneath the surface, you see a writhing mass of degrading plant material, as there's nothing actually there.
Oh.
All right, well, Cruz is gonna land right in the center of the little fairy circle. No, actually, no, he's not. He's gonna land right on the outside of it and start collecting.
Perfect. All right. Well, you're able to successfully harvest all 5 of the dim root. It seems as though they're almost anchored to the bottom of the bog itself, while the actual turnip fruit kind of floats to the surface. Kind of like a cranberry. And after you gather them all up, put them in your pack, then you're set and ready to go.
And that's what, 6 dim roots?
Yep.
I'm gonna motion to her and I'm gonna say, let's go back to camp.
Let's do it. Can't hear me. I'm still an owl, so I'm just gonna just start heading towards camp.
I'm going to follow her.
All right. Well, you all head back to camp. After about an hour and a half to 2 hours, the 2 return. Alanya, a large stack of books, is placed in the center of your cabin.
Mm-hmm.
It seems as Humbal and Gaskar have helped themselves to your library.
Okay.
As you walks in, I'm looking at this book. Umbal looked at that book. And I point right to the journal.
Okay. I'm going to look at Humbal and I'm just going to say, Walter, can you handle that? So I'm going to let Walter come at you.
I'm going to run away.
Okay.
And Walter's going to creep up behind you, just snarling.
Humbal, what's your movement speed?
35, which turns into 70 on a double move, and then my cunning action for 105 feet per round.
All right. Well, this cat is almost as fast as you.
Cool. I am stopping to grab the journal to take it with me. If I'm going to suffer the consequences, I'm going to keep my treasure.
Jeez. All right. Okay, so Humbal, you dip outside.
Yep.
Okay, there is a tiger after you.
Yes.
Okay, where are you running?
In circles.
Wow, okay, you guys are just standing in the house and through the windows you just see Humbal, tiger. Humbal, tiger. Humbal, tiger.
Sawyer,
Yes.
is this consistent enough as far as timing goes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out the caltrap gun.
Okay.
And I am going to fire it into his foot. Into Humbal's foot.
You cannot see Humbal's foot. All right, I guess you could go outside and look.
Oh, no, is there a window?
There is a window. You can't see his foot through a window. What?
Why can't I see his foot through a window?
Because he's like right next to the window. He's just running around the house, so it's just his torso.
Oh.
Super tight corners.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Yeah.
You know what? No. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna dump a few caltrops out the window. Just gonna open it up as they circle past and just drop a handful out.
Humbal, make a dexterity saving throw as you round a corner and suddenly there's caltrops on the ground.
DC 15.
Yep.
15 on the die.
Nice job. Humbal, you pick your way through it. As Walter rounds the corner, absolutely tearing after Humbal, caltrops are on the ground. Ow, 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 ow. He steps through them and gets about 3 of them stuck in his front paw, and he's just running behind Humbal, now limping with one hand, one arm, just kind of falling
Can I
to
just
its side.
open the front door for Humbal to like run into.
Humbal, make a dexterity saving throw as the door opens in front of you.
I don't know the saving throw. Don't worry. Head.
10. You know what? The door opens. You run headfirst into the door. The door stops your movement for the round, and it hurt. Hey, Alania's on the other side of this door. What do you do?
Alani's on the other side of this door, huh?
Yes. You can tell by just the absolute angry fever burning around the door.
You know how badly I wish I had open clothes right now?
Really bad.
I'm going to strength check the door as a push combat maneuver.
Please roll contested strength checks.
This would be an athletics check to shove.
Yes. Alania, roll athletics. And as well. 19.
Natural 16 for a 21.
Oh, yes, Alania.
It was just a 19?
Oh, what's your strength? Yes.
Oh, my strength? It's a -1, so that's an 18.
Oh. Yes, so you race against this door, and it's a strong stance. And then suddenly the door just closes, and you see Humbal run right by.
Well, here's the question. Did this whole process slow him down just long enough for Tiger?
Fortunately, with him now being hobbled and moving at half speed, no. Yeah, sorry, the caltrops kind of backfired in this particular case.
I'm going to walk out the door after Humbal scurries off, and you want... let's see. Alania, can you call your friend over and I'll take out the caltrops? I'm sorry.
Yes, I'll call Walter over.
Humbal, you're no longer being pursued.
No, but my door is shut, sir.
Let this be known that this was the day you almost caught the great Humbal.
So the plan is I need your guys' help protecting me so I can actually spend 8 hours to use the spell plant growth, but I haven't been able to do it yet because I don't have the protection to do it without interruptions yet. So, are you ready?
Sure. So do we just need to set these out anywhere in the field and then they'll take root and grow? Do we need to dig them in like their ideal area, and we need to set up like a camp somewhere? You know, you're protected.
I'm just gonna stay next to the cabin, so I'll stay in the ring of lights. So I'll be close by.
Yeah. Okay. But do we need to plant these in their ideal growing area?
There was a river really close to my cabin, wasn't there? Or fairly close?
Yes.
We need to go there.
Definitely safer than the bog.
Yes.
The fact that you guys ignored everything I had that was fun planned for you because you guys can fly is something that has been duly noted. All right, so a short trek to the river then?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Short trek to the river, easy enough. You've been to it many times. Probably refill your canteen once again as well. You set the roots into the river itself, making sure that the bottoms are well anchored in between the rocks so they don't flow away. And you are fairly certain that once this spell is complete, you will have double the amount of root that you have here.
All right.
I have Jerry come out and flame up so that there's a large, threatening, imposing figure.
To say, what's the light?
All right. Perfect. And so he's going to guard the root.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
While she's casting the spell, Cruz is going to periodically fly up and just have an eye in the sky, seeing if anything's coming near whatsoever.
Wait, where are you going to cast the spell on?
Do I have to be near it to cast it?
Within half a mile.
Okay, and how far away was that from my cabin?
About 300 feet.
Oh, nowhere near half a mile. We can go back home.
Yeah, so I'm going to go back to my cabin and start casting my spell there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cruz is still going to fly up above the cabin just to make sure that nothing is coming around, because she has still yet to reset the traps. So maybe that's something Gaskar should work on.
Yeah, Gaskar. And maybe even making them better.
Okay.
Oh, yes, make them better.
That would be a good project to work on. maybe not while we're trying to actively defend.
Very true.
But those traps up will will close up 2 holes.
Okay, I should have some protection while I'm working on the trap, especially if Jerry's going to be over here. I got my flamethrower. Oh, actually, I don't. I can't use that again until a long rest. So, yeah, I need some protection if I'm going to go out and do this.
Take Walter with you.
Okay,
You can ride him.
sounds like a plan to me.
And I'll fly above and make sure nothing starts coming toward you.
Okay.
Right.
Parker's just over here chopped liver.
You could have volunteered to come with.
I can pick Parker up.
I'm definitely coming with.
We tie up Parker and stick him on the front lawn with the sign that says free.
Yes.
What I'll do is I'll pick up Parker, I'll fly up, and then I'll throw him horns first at whatever starts coming towards Gascar, and he'll be my Parker missile.
I do have the ram as a melee attack.
You know what? It's a 10-foot run. A 10-foot fall's about the same thing.
It's about the same.
But what if I throw him from 45?
Then he's gonna take a lot of damage.
I'm not going to survive that.
Yeah. All right. So Gascar, Walter, you guys go north to start resetting the traps, correct?
Yep. Do I need to roll something?
They're simple enough. It's just gonna take time.
Okay.
Cruz, you're perching on top of the cabin.
Okay.
Okay. Alanya, you're in the cabin, correct? Performing your ritual.
Yep.
Umval and Parker, where are you positioning yourselves exactly? Large circle, 30 foot to any particular edge of the forest.
Umval would know. He just ran around it.
Correct. A lot. The traps are all set on the vicinity of it.
I could actually just leisurely jog around the house and make perception checks.
All right. Parker.
Wherever I could be within line of sight of Alanya.
Okay. You can be outside, but near a window, if you'd like.
Yeah.
Okay, roll a d4.
D4. I'm not prepared for D4.
That's what I said earlier.
One of the 7 main dice, guys. I'm not asking for a 1,000,000-sided die here. Excuse me.
4.
Perfect. Okay. Alanya, you begin your ritual. Gascar, it doesn't take long. It takes about 30 minutes to reset the trap. The second one was damaged in the process, so it's going to take a little bit more to repair it, and then longer to reset it.
Okay.
So that's going to take about an hour and a half.
Okay. If I have to fix this one, I might as well. Is there anything that sticks out to me I could do that would be an improvement to it? If I have to fix it, I might as well try to improvement if there's an obvious thing.
An obvious thing for improving this particular trap, usually what they catch inside of it is something that's very bad. Now, as a rope, it's designed to just capture it. If you made, say, the rope deal damage, perhaps adding barbed wire or hooks or something onto the inside of the actual trap itself, you could possibly damage its occupant while also restraining them.
Okay. I've got 20 caltrops. I imagine I regathered the ones that I attempted to prank with. So I'll say put 10 caltrops in.
Okay.
Actually, screw it. I can easily make more. I'll just put all 20 in.
Perfect. Spend a little extra time, about 2 hours, fixing and then improving this trap, which now will do considerate damage if anyone is caught inside of it. Now, at about 6 hours, Umval, please make a perception check.
All right, so as he's loping around, and he's just kind of mumbling to himself, "Oh, I hate sand. It pours and rough. It gets everywhere." Natural 18 for 25.
25. You see movement outside of the small circle.
I immediately pull the hand crossbow, load a giant bolt, and steady my aim.
Okay. It's low to the ground, and it looks as though the ground itself is kind of moving, kind of writhing.
I shoot it.
Please roll to hit.
Uh, 18 plus 5 makes 23.
Right. Roll damage.
1d8 plus 3. So that is 6 because I roll like garbage. And sneak attack. 10 points on sneak attack.
10 points on sneak attack. You hear a small little as you've struck something. And the entire kind of ground around where your bolt struck kind of like ripples out. And it kind of fades. But you see it just kind of beginning to kind of move further to the left and move further to the right.
Rose, Baka, Gaska, we have enemy contact.
Is it on this side of the barrier?
From my position, it is moving left and right of the barrier. It seems to be some sort of tunneling creature. It seems to be vulnerable to piercing.
Can Cruz see where it's tunneling? Well, first, Cruz is going to jump into the air and look for the tunneling.
Okay. When you fly, do you fly over to where Humval points?
Yes.
When you fly over there and look down, you don't see the ground being disrupted. What you actually see are these two separated masses of rats running in two separate directions. You see a small one. I say small, but it is a rat, so it's about a foot long. For just the body, the tail makes it about 2, with a bolt stuck into it. Now, Cruz, as you are up in the air, does a 10 hit you?
No.
Does a 24?
Yes. That was a very big jump. Does 10 hit you?
Yes.
No. Does 24?
Sorry.
Well, yeah.
The second one was a natural 20. Cruz, you take 8 points of piercing damage as at first you see something appear on your left shoulder and a small of black smoke as a rat appears on your left, attempts to bite you, but you slough it off. Suddenly one on your back of your neck and digs its teeth deep into your neck. And you realize these are not normal rats.
They're in the air. No. Cruz is going to do everything I can to pull them off and throw them to their deaths.
Okay. Cruz, roll athletics. Yeah, roll athletics checks.
Well, that is a 19 plus 4, so 23.
23. You quickly grab both the rats and throw them to the ground. As they both hit the ground, they die.
Can I do a thing? I would like... how far away are these masses of rats at the moment? From each other?
Oh, from each other? They have moved about 20 feet from each other.
Perfect. I want to center a 20-foot cube.
Okay.
To where it is getting only the rats. And cast Fairy Fire.
Ooh.
Yep. So I'll use up one of my last 2 first level cantrip. Or first level magic drives.
Okay. So with one has a 16, the other one has an 8.
My DC is a 15. Nope, this hasn't been updated in a while. It's actually a 17.
17. Both of them fail. Both of them glow a light now.
Nice.
All right. You're able to see as the rats begin to scurry both to the left and to the right. You now have a good idea that this is a very large quantity of rats. And now I'd like everyone to roll initiative.
12.
All right.
16.
Also a 16.
Well, we already know who has the highest dex.
Yes. And Parker?
With a roll of natural 1, with my +4, that'll be a 5.
I don't think you get to add the +4 to it.
Hell no, I get the 4, man.
All right.
Just in case if anybody else rolled a natural 1.
Well, Kumbal, you are the first to move. What do you do?
Didn't James and I tie?
Yes, we did.
Yes, you certainly have the higher dex.
That is
All right.
true.
So this swarm is still moving, correct?
Correct.
I am not very well equipped to handle swarms. So you tell me how this works, Sawyer.
I will.
I move up and I dump a bag of caltrops on top of them. For all of them moving across that square. Riddle me that, Batman.
For those of you in the audio-only medium, Sawyer is currently doing the dance of, what do I do about that?
Because I don't know if they would actually affect rats. I mean, they're sharp and pointy objects, and they have to... I don't know if they'd just, like, move around them like water, but the whole point of caltrops is you step on them and are hurt. But if it's as big as the thing, then you just move around it.
Well, what if they can't move?
You know what? I'll roll an attack.
What am I adding to this?
Your strength.
Alright. So, the roll plus strength is a total of 16.
16 will hit. Roll, you said how many caltrops are you dumping onto them?
This is one whole bag, so this is 20 caltrops.
20 caltrops. Roll 2d10. Or roll d20. You know what? Roll d20.
D20 roll. Nice. 16.
16. For all intents and purposes, you take your bag and you spike it as hard as you can into this swarm of rats, just scattering it.
Not intended.
And you're able to kill 16 rats with the amount that you've spiked into the ground.
Got 3 more bags.
Good. And to any who have a problem with this ruling, this is the best I could do. So.
I will now take my cutting action to run away.
Okay, you run away. Cruz, it is up to you.
I'm going to use my turn to transform my sword into my axe. That's my action.
Perfect. All right. Well then.
Oh, I'm going to land near the entrance they're trying to come in.
Okay. Cruz, you land, and
if you got another nat 20, I might be mad.
you be mad, boy. Okay. There's a 23, a 24, a 12, and a 10.
Well, the 12 and 10 don't hit.
First, the nat 20. And then, second. Cruz, you might be in trouble. You take 28 points of piercing damage as a critical hit on a max damaged D12 pumps their 1d12 plus 2 into 28 damage as just rats begin to appear upon your body and just start chewing through you. And then you also take an additional 10 damage because of the other swarm who has no one else to attack but you. And you are being right now overrun by these rats that are right now literally eating you alive.
Okay.
Like, you guys see Cruz now is just one mass of rats. Like, every inch of him is just covered in almost 100 of these things. How much health do you have left, Cruz?
11.
All right. That leads us to Gaskar.
Jerry, we're gonna need some help.
All right.
I have fire resistance, Jerry.
Oh, you do? Well, that makes this easy.
Burn him.
Jerry, burn up all those rats that are on Cruz. He'll be fine?
Hopefully. I take half damage of all fire.
All right. Jerry flares up, and I'll just have him act on your turn because that'll consume your action to summon him.
Okay.
Jerry will then move up. Try to... Here, you roll it. Roll a d20.
Okay, that one's been garbage for me tonight. Come here. Oh my goodness, that's even worse. It's a 2. Oh wait, dude, I have advantage against because fairy fire. Everyone attacking them has advantage.
Yes.
Okay. Well, 8 is better than 2.
So 14. Okay. And then roll again because he has 2 attacks.
Okay. Goodness. A 9. So plus whatever you were adding.
All right. Plus that equals 15. Roll 4d6.
4d6. I really only have 1d6. Okay. The first is a 6. 4. 4. So 17 altogether.
All right. With a 17 plus 6, 23, you just see Jerry almost like 2-hand bear hug smash down across Cruz, throwing rats to left, to the right. Cruz, you take 11 damage.
He's not dead, just unconscious.
Yes, just unconscious.
The rats at the sight of the light as well. What you would have seen, Gaskar in particular, these rats having kind of this wispy darkness kind of flowing off of them. Amidst the light, it is immediately banished from their bodies, and you see them immediately begin to scatter deeper and darker into the woods, as the swarm seems to now have been scared away. The sight of fire has ended initiative by scaring away the remaining rats. Cruz looks like a hunk of meat by this point, chewed to the bone and not looking good.
Well, Jerry probably cauterized any wounds that he had, so he's not bleeding out.
He looks like a well-done steak.
Nah, I wouldn't say well done.
You look like a medium rare steak. Still see a little blood, in the middle, and a little red. You're good.
Walter, can you go fetch Cruz and bring him back this way? And I, with my movement, will run into the house, and I guess on my next turn, I'll be just trying to not disrupt Alanya, but looking for any healing agents.
Okay. You were able to find some of the natural herbs. Now, the rest of the time for the spell. Alanya.
Okay. So seeing Cruz is down, I'll come over and I'll cast Cure Light Wounds, and you'll heal for 12 points.
Woohoo!
With you having now been healed, you come to consciousness, your body hurting and aching. Alanya,
Yes.
your spell is almost complete. You're in the final minutes of your spell, and... Wait. Wasn't Jerry left to guard the roots?
Yes.
Oops.
He couldn't come over from where he was?
He was over 300 feet away. You duped Pokemon on me.
Will the result change? Wait, no, you can't make your flamethrower, can you?
Jerry just came over here. All right, which is absolutely perfect because Alanya, your spell succeeds. You feel it come to fruition. Everything is complete. Now, at this, a certain coldness begins to overtake the cabin. You see almost frost begin to appear on the very edges and around your cabin. Something you've only seen a handful of times. And it seems like the rest of you who are outside would see the torches begin to snuff out around the cabin. One by one by one. A faint pair of purple eyes appears on the very outskirts of your cabin. It seems as though it is time to do or die.